Hello everybody! Today is a very big day. Genshin's new endgame has finally dropped. And honestly, I don't know a ton about it. I've seen some stuff my friends are posting because they got access on the Asia server before me. And I've seen some typical Twitter doom posting that you'd expect around a Genshin update. But other than that, I don't really know a ton. So we're gonna check this out today. Semi-blind, first time experiencing this, and I'm gonna see how it goes. I have heard that the max difficulty is like whale only, so I'm kind of interested to see how that goes, like what the rewards are and stuff. I believe there's weapon skins in here or something. But yeah, let's go ahead and just open this up and see what it's all about. 3 teams, alright, I knew that, and yeah, you can do it in co-op. I will not be doing it in co-op for now, maybe later today or something. I don't know if I'll record it. I'll see how this feels first as a solo. Oh, okay, yeah, what are the rewards? Okay, so gems are only in the first 3, and I have a feeling that's going to be pretty easy. That's a good sign. It's not a ton of gems. How often does this reset? Is this monthly? If it's every 10 days, that's pretty good. If it's every month, that's pretty garbage. But hey, 450 gems is 450 gems. And I don't know what this is either. Oh, this is the reroll thing. Oh nice, I can use some of these. I need to use some of these. I heard there was like a 6th difficulty somewhere. I guess I haven't unlocked it yet. Oh! You can choose what artifacts you get from this. Oh, that's cool. Well, I will do this. Alright, oh, you can random co-op. Oh my god, that might make a funny video. I might queue up this mode with my C6 Chiori and just... Although, low-key, C6 Chiori seems pretty horrible versus all 3 of these. Maybe on the Tulpa I can use her. But for this video I'm not going to use her. I want to get the normal player experience first. Yeah, let's just jump into this. See how it feels. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm very congested today. But I wanted to get this video out the day this came out, because I've been hyped for this mode. Oh. Whoops. So we're fighting the Tulpa first? Oh, we can just switch. Okay, well let's just do them in order. Pyro has an advantage? Alright. What is Exalted Ones? Oh. Flavor of the Month characters, I guess? Okay, I should probably use one of them, huh? I have 10 minutes? Oh my god. That's 600 seconds for bonus. Now, I was aware that we do not get energy to start with. I'm not a fan of that at all. Because it means I need to either build a ton of ER or just like cope through my first rotation, which is... oh. Probably shouldn't have done that. Where did he go? There he is. I don't know who needs the big stacked E. Let's just kill it. This is easy difficulty. Alright, well I guess I'll spend my condensed. I was gonna farm this domain today anyways. I don't know what this is. What is that purple stuff? Who knows? I probably should know. I can probably read that somewhere. Wait. What? I'm doing it again? Did I click something that I wasn't supposed to? Yeah, that was normal. How do I... oh, I see. And now I can do this. Okay. Whoops. Lava Dragon. I think I'll just do Varese stuff. Nice. Okay, so this is normal. I thought I clicked hard. I'm not gonna... maybe I get better rewards if I do higher difficulty. I'm not gonna claim. Let's just go blast this guy real quick. Nice. Like, that was supposedly hard? Hard single player challenge. Now I just leave? Ugh, I'm back in the quest. Alright, now we've unlocked the real endgame. And yeah, that's That's just okay. That's good. I like that. It's chill, you know, casual players, and basically everyone can get those 450 gems pretty free, and then we get the Dust of Enlightenment for the tryhards who would actually use it, and like casual players don't care about this. Let's give this a shot on some higher difficulties now. Okay, yeah, this is more like what I was expecting, where you have to pick and choose, like it's Zenless, what's that mode? I forgot what that mode's called. Deadly Assault, I think? Something like that. Alright, I don't know what difficulty I'm about to go into, but let me make some teams real quick. Considering that I am pretty cope on 2 out of 3 of these teams, I can't imagine this is going to go well. Excuse me? Oh. Oh, okay. I thought they were going to make me play without artifacts across the board. Okay, if I repeat characters. Oh, I didn't do that at least. Hoping. I'm gonna look. Please don't get up. Okay. Okay, let me test my theory here. Do I get better rewards? No. No, I do not. At least with cryo characters. This hydro pump should kill. Plenty of time to spare. Never mind, doesn't kill. There we go. Wait, can I see what this is? What is that? Phase reward progress. Am I just only allowed to claim, like, is this my last claim since I'm at 120 now? Obtained phase rewards. I don't know. Oh, it just gives me an extra one. I see. Okay, cool. So, if I want to farm artifacts, I do it through this, I guess. Please tell me I'm killing the Tulpa that he's absorbing. Oh, I don't think I got it. Please die! No, stop running away, you coward! Oh my god, he's so low. Oh my god, we got him. There's 3 seconds left. Oh man, my team for that is so cope. Alright, let me get that. Alright, so we're done with that difficulty, and I think there's 1 or possibly 2 more after that. I don't know if this one is going to be doable. Let's do the easier one first. What you're about to watch is what happens when you don't read any mechanics and you just kind of try to blast through everything, because that's what this game has always been. Don't worry, I figured it out in the end, but it's really painful to get there, so just bear with me. How long do I have? Okay, it's still 120 seconds. Assuming it's also more HP. I can't actually tell if it's healthier. I think it is. I'll definitely be able to tell on the other 2 enemies. I think it definitely is, because by the time I knocked it down here, it had... Actually, did it? It was about this health, actually. It might not be more HP, it might just be that... Like, I read that, I believe it has, like, it took more hits to knock it down, change its form or whatever. It might just be that it changes mechanics, but not health. Oh no, it's not gonna die. That can't be good. This is my best team. Okay, that's not good. Kind of want to try Arlecchino here instead of Arisa, because I would also free up Mawika for the first team. This is not happening. Yeah, no, I don't think Pyro DPS is the move either. We'll go with Chlorind, and then we'll use Shangling. Okay, that should knock him down, nice. Oh, Shangling's breaking it so much faster. Wow. Okay. This might be tech. Alright, so this is great and all, but here's the problem. The other two stages is the problem. Am I even gonna kill it? Oh my god, we're trolling right now. Yeah, I don't really have any good way of getting scroll procs, which is unfortunate. I don't know if Pyromancy is the move, actually. No, he's solo, he's solo, he's solo, he's solo, no! Alright, let's, no Pyro MC, that's not the play, evidently. I just don't know what is. Maybe Toma? Toma could be good. We're like on the very edge of being able to do the easiest one, so I can imagine this is probably a waste of my time. Because I also need to beat the hard ones. I wonder if I do... Oops. What if I do Varesa? Let's see this. Okay, it's not looking too bad, honestly. Please die, man. He's so low. No. Oh my god, he gets so low, man. Alright, let me try one of the other nodes, just to see what I'm even looking at. Like, if I were to Ramoika here. So the problem is, one, I don't see Lolly on this phase, so I'm not getting as much fighting spirit build up. I'm also doing 0 damage. Oh, he was charging there, I guess. Yeah, okay. Guys, I don't think this is gonna work. Not quite sure why, but I'm just not certain that this one's gonna work. Well, then I can just bring Mawika over here, huh? I have no clue what I'd run on this first one. Like, we can try Dendro again, but I can't imagine that's gonna work on this variant. No, I was doing so good. Yeah, no. Alright, we'll try it with Varesa, but at this point, I don't think this one's quite so doable for me. Ow! What is that attack he does when he comes out of the ground? I don't know if I've ever seen it before, because I always kill him in Abyss before he gets a chance to come out of the ground. So I didn't even know he did such a threatening attack. Oh wait, no, he's just doing it right now. Interesting, okay. Well, I said at the beginning that I was gonna try the whale experience with my C6 Chiori, but I genuinely don't think she's even gonna be able to do anything here. She's horrible versus all these bosses. Oh man, so close. I just feel like I'm so close every time. Makes me want to keep trying, but I feel like it's just not worth my time, especially when I can't touch the other two phases. Let me go try... Let's just see what this looks like here, and we'll see what Chamber 3 looks like. But, yeah. And also, I did confirm there is another difficulty after this, and that's where you can get the temporary weapon skins, which is definitely whale territory, to say the least. But honestly though, like, I think that they executed it pretty well, because... Oh, these guys just have a much bigger ward than usual. Because the weapon skins are temporary, they're not permanent, so like the whales aren't... The whales aren't like getting anything cool, there's no FOMO. Like, I don't feel bad missing temporary weapon skins. It does kind of suck to miss the artifact reroll thing. Love to have another one of those, but this month is just quite unfortunate for me. All three of these bosses I don't have good teams for. I don't have Skirk, I don't have Kinich, I don't have anything for this boss. I don't actually know what they want you to use. Maybe like Alhaitham or something. But I am just not able to touch the mini tulpas. I'm not able to touch the big tulpa. So clearly I don't have whatever it is they want me to have. And maybe I was doing something wrong with the Moika team. But like I can't even look at my friend clears because my friends all have C6s, so it doesn't really help me at all. Either they have C6s or they've only cleared silver difficulty. It's like, oh man, this guy used C6 Moika here. How am I supposed to learn from that? Oh, it's a Grey Ward that he gets. I did not mean to use Nahida. Oh, that's kind of a waste of What happens when the ward breaks? Does he get like res reduced? No? Oh jeez. He just healed! Okay. Yeah. Alright. Guys, I don't think I can beat it. Let's give this a shot and then we'll throw C6 Chiori at. We'll give her a shot at each of the bosses just to see. Yo, the meter's not going down. Do I need to use a cryo DPS? Are we kidding? Oh my god. I need to use basically Skirk. Oh god. Alright, well, let's try it with a cryo DPS. We'll try it with Chaska. No, Chaska's gonna be terrible too. We'll just try it with a cryo DPS. I don't have any cryo DPS though. What's the problem? He's gone, you. Can you go down, meter? There we go. Wait, it might be doable, guys. Ow! The hell? Oh, it's so close. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh my god, everything's like so close. Is there anything else I can use even? I can try doing what I used for it in Abyss this month, but I can't imagine this is good actually. This team also needs burst like really bad to do anything, so the fact that this is like the exact same clear speed as the the Ganyu one is kind of insane. It is what it is, I guess. Let's go throw some C6 Chiori at stuff. Just for fun. I don't even know what I'd use with her here. I need cryo characters, but like a lot of cryo characters. Like 3. Maybe we just go with the same 3 we were just using. It is performing worse than the Kaya team. Okay, guys, I think I'm not cut out for this mode. Alright, so I didn't talk at all during my difficulty 5 clears, so rather than leaving you guys here to just sit in silence, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about basically my overall thoughts on this mode. But before that, the 2 elephants in the room, in regards to what you're seeing on screen right now, no, your internet is not messing up. Yes, the quality is lower for this clip. It's only for this first fight. I forgot to record it, so I clipped it on metal, and my metal's only in 720p, so I'm sorry about that. And yes, I am using the C6 Chiori here, but honestly, like, I got 6 out of 7 of those Chioris without spending a single dollar. If you consider that for the average player who's not pulling for C6s, that would have been 6 other characters. I'm sure that I would have been able to clear if I had done that. And like, this is how close I got with a normal team. If I had, Baiju instead of Kirara, or Clorin's signature, or Shilonen to use with Mawika, or, anything like that, I'm sure it would have been okay. So that's why I don't feel too bad using the C6 here. But yeah, as for my thoughts on the mode as a whole, I have a few things written down here to talk about. Honestly, I'm probably going to end up talking longer than the amount of time that I have given these 3 clears, so yeah, I'll try to talk fast though. So overall, I'm actually pretty happy with this mode. I think that they did a pretty good job giving us a challenge mode. It's pretty much exactly what people have been asking for. For 5 years now, we've had all these artifact domains that we've been grinding out to get these crazy builds that there's just nothing to use it on because Abyss 12 dies so fast. So this is definitely pretty cool for that. I think the rewards are pretty well done, but I do not think it's perfect, and I think there's definitely things they can improve on. I think they have a great foundation, and, I honestly am not confident that they'll go and fix the things that they should fix, because this is the Genshin team we're talking about, but you never know. As for some things I think they could improve, for one, I think we need to stop taking this direction of flavor of the month boss rush. Like, we come out of Abyss where we have this cryo enemy where you want to have Escoffier and probably Skirk, and you leave that, you come over here, and it's the same guy. It just kind of feels repetitive to just do boss rush into boss rush. Imaginarium Theater definitely felt a little different when it came out, and it still does, because yes, we get a few boss chambers, but there's those also mobbing chambers, and you get all those cool buffs to make it feel different. Whereas this sort of just feels like Abyss. The only real differentiator is that you start with 0 energy, which, I'm gonna just be honest, that's pretty stupid. It doesn't make it harder in the way that like there's anything a player can do about it. It's just kind of an artificial difficulty increase, because like you're never building enough ER to get bursts up on the first rotation. It's just not possible without completely breaking the whole build, and just the way it works sort of really messes with characters like Farina, who have trouble getting their burst in the first place, already have to build a high ER, and now it's like you start with 0 energy too, so you can never get into a clean cycle really. It just makes the first rotation of the fight feel pretty bad, and it's just kind of lame. In my opinion, they should definitely, if they want to make this the boss rush mode, they should pivot Abyss to be more AoE stuff, I'm sure we'd all love to use our Ventis and our Nilos who have been collecting dust for years, but unfortunately this mode kind of at the moment just feels like Abyss with no energy. That being said though, those are just a few minor complaints. I do overall, like I said, really enjoy the mode. Also, something that I haven't really seen people talking about, I really like how this mode just dropped and basically quality of life Omega optimized farming artifacts. Like, you never have to touch an artifact domain again, because you can pop into here, do hard difficulty, kill the boss in 15 seconds, and on top of that, every few runs you're going to get an extra artifact drop. Definitely, I'm a fan of that, and as a whole, I'm a fan of the gameplay, but like I said, there are some areas they can improve. As for the rewards, which is what most people probably care about the most, I think the way they have it set up is actually pretty good, but once again, there are a few things they could fix about it. So the way it is right now, it's sort of like you have different tiers of players. Like, you have the casual player, who's going to clear 1 through 3, even with their, Viridescent Venerer Arlequinos, and they're going to have no problem, because 1 through 3 are very easy. And that's also where all the gems are, so they're happy, the casual player's happy, they can get their gems, and they don't have to touch the difficult stuff. And then there's 4, which is like, these are your semi-casual people who sort of know what they're doing, at least to an extent. And these are usually people who will at least attempt Abyss 12, even if they don't beat it every time. They somewhat care about clearing combat stuff, but they're not super try-hard. And, for that, you get 1 of the artifact reroll feathers, which, definitely some of those players won't care about. I think that, like, the majority of them probably have a character or 2 that they want to make super strong because they like them. So just this extra half a reroll for their artifacts is just nice to have. And then 5 is pretty much what I was talking about earlier when I said the stuff we've been asking for. This is like the challenge mode for non-whales. These are the people who I would probably classify myself here as like, you know what you're doing mostly, you have a pretty well invested account, either you're an old player or you spent a little bit of money or both. And it may take a little bit of effort. As you saw, I couldn't just kind of one-shot the whole thing without reading anything, like you can with Abyss, but it was still doable in the end. Like I said earlier with the flavor of the month stuff, it's definitely possible that people at the same investment level, their account's the same age, they have the same general amount of characters, they have decent artifacts across the board. For some people, you may just get unlucky, you didn't pull a Scoffier, you didn't pull Seat Lolly, you don't have Moika, you don't have Feresa, you don't have Chevreuse, anything like that, and this month is going to be much rougher for you than it would for someone else. It's not to say it's impossible, though. If you really do want to grind out 5, you care a lot about the challenge, you want to try to beat it, even with not having exactly what they want you to have, I do think it's possible. One of my friends who has, ever since he started playing the game, refused to ever use Bennett, messaged me yesterday, and he's like, I have a confession to make. I finally built my Bennett. And so he 90'd his Bennett, and he crowned his Burst, and he came in here, and he was able to beat it when he wasn't able to beat it before, with his DPS Yanfei as well. If you really care about the challenge and you really want to beat it, I do think it's doable, but it will be much harder for some people than others, just depending on their account. Anyways, as for the rewards of 5, that extra half an artifact reroll is definitely nice for the people who are willing to grind out 5, because I think it's a pretty safe assumption to say the people who are doing that care a lot about their artifacts, so that extra reroll is very nice to have. And then there's 6. This is just Leviathan Playground. I actually attempted the Dire Tulpa, and my C6 Chiori was not even able to break the shield. So you can't just do this with one C6. No, you need either the right C6s or multiple C6s, or both. Now, you can definitely get lucky as like a Dolphin or like some kind of tryhard player, because maybe this month you have the exact right units invested in for what they want, but maybe next month you won't. So that's why I'm sure most people can agree this is pretty much just the whale zone. And I'm pretty much fine with that, because you look at the rewards for it, and it's just a nice badge for the whales to flex. And like, I don't feel bad missing out on it. Yeah, the skins are really cool, but because they're temporary, I can look at them and go, okay, well, maybe one day I'll be able to get those. Definitely not now. I'm definitely not strong enough now, but maybe at some point in the future, I will be able to get those pretty cool skins. Whales get their badge, and there's not really any FOMO for everyone else. So I think they actually did a pretty good job with that. Now, that being said, they definitely can improve the rewards. 450 gems on a once per patch mode it's just bad. You look at Zenless, you look at Star Rail, you look at Genshin's other modes even, and 450 is just drastically below average. And yes, the time commitment for this mode is much lower than everything else I just mentioned, and just the general difficulty of it, but it doesn't have to stay like that. They can put another 150 gems on floor 4, which is pretty much equivalent to beating Abyss 12, and I don't think anyone will be too mad about it, and that also fixes the problem of it just feeling like too low of a payout for it. And if they really wanted to, they could move the feather from 4 up to 5 and just give you 2 feathers on 5. But yeah, I really do think they should add a few more gems to this mode to make it a bit more rewarding to do. Because as it stands right now, if you're not looking for the challenge, you just kind of pop in 2 minutes, grab the gems, leave. It's basically nothing changed about the game. And then, just a personal thing, I'd love if they did like a toned down version of the skin on 5. They probably shouldn't do it, because the skins are supposed to be, exclusive thing for all the super gamers, not for people like me. But yeah, that's just a little personal thing that honestly probably is not good in the long term. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say. I definitely went over the amount of time I was supposed to, but it is what it is. I wanted to make sure I got all my thoughts out. I was considering doing a guide for this before it came out, but it doesn't really feel like it needs a guide in the same way as Abyss would, because team building in Abyss is very different than team building is here, because it just feels like when you build a team here, it's like, yeah, you pick this character that the game wants you to pick, or you suffer. Yeah, I mentioned a few videos ago, I had a project in the works that is just about done, so expect to see that in the next week or so. But yeah, that is all from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know how your runs are going in this mode. Do you agree with my thoughts? Do you think they did well overall? Do you think the mode sucks? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.